Hello, everyone. Good morning and welcome to the election day, as well as the election day pre-market prep session. During this session, we'll do just like we do every other day. We're going to go over the important news, notes, analysis, trade ideas, mindset, um, thought processes, everything that's key to making sure that you're surviving and thriving in markets. Some seasons are seasons to survive, some seasons are seasons to thrive. And I'm happy that here within this community, we make sure highlighting which seasons are the times to do what, is something that we do each and every time we get together. So let's get into it, right? Let's dive in. Of course, our top news this morning and this morning and every morning, we're trying to get 1% better. So make sure you throw those ones in the chat, signifying your intention to get 1% better. We want to move with intention always so that we can replicate those results. Um, let's close the gap to where we are, where we're meant to be. Let's shed off, whatever callous pieces of ourselves we need to shed off in order to step into our destiny and do so with confidence and do so with consistency because consistency is the key to everything. So locate the limiting beliefs, identify them, add things that consistently counteract those limiting beliefs, right? Confessions, actions, right? That allow you to build up that confidence and then follow through with consistency. That's really the recipe, right? That's the recipe. And I'm going to keep saying it because there are too many people that have access to too many tools and don't do anything with them because it's not the tools, it's the wielder of the tools, right? So identify limiting beliefs and trauma, address limiting beliefs and trauma, start adopting practices consistently that help you create a new mindset and a new set of beliefs and a new way of thinking, and then operate with consistency toward the goals that you're trying to achieve, right? And you can operate with consistency now with this renewed mindset and this renewed outlook and sense of conviction. So, our top news, the registered portfolio. It has finally arrived. Americans are heading to the polls today to vote in the 2024 election, which will not only decide who takes the White House, but also control of Congress. Swing states will play an outsized role at the ballot box, especially places like Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, while half of all likely voters have already cast their votes via mail or early in person voting. Many of those 81 million ballots can only be tabulated by election officials on election day or after the polls close tonight. Election investing, simply turning to sectors or individual stocks that may benefit from one party's platform, may be more akin to gambling and not always reflect the reality of how returns actually play out. A recent example is oil and gas versus green energy. Under the Trump and Biden administrations, the S&P Clean Energy Index soared under Trump, and the S&P 500 Energy Index languished even before the COVID pandemic, while the exact opposite happened during Biden's term in office, despite his policies. Right, so that means that oil went up while these different green energy alternatives struggled more so under Biden, which is not exactly what you think. Now, besides diversification, a better approach may be to zoom out to the overall market, especially given the outsized returns of the major equity indices under both recent administrations. The S&P 500 hit its 47th record high of the year a couple of weeks ago, keeping the current bull market going. It might also be just as important to look past the election hype and into areas that will be in high demand regardless of who is sitting in Washington, such as artificial intelligence and military hardware, right? Something that we've been on top of. Need stock picks, not as much military hardware, more so artificial intelligence. Need stock picks if the election itch is too much. It might be wise to increase exposure to investments that are likely to perform well under any administration. And then they just kind of plug these different. Seeking Alpha's vice president of quant strategy, Stephen Kress, outlined 6 stocks to consider whether Trump or Harris is victorious, including Argan, whose ticker is AGX, Powell Industries, whose ticker is POWL, and Zeta Global, whose ticker is ZETA. This is something that Seeking Alpha threw in here to kind of pump their bags when it comes to checking out their resources and articles. So if you want to check that out, awesome. But that isn't, none of those are recommendations from me. Could be worth checking them out. AGX, POWL, and ZETA. But you guys know me, right? We investigate for ourselves. We see if the charts are letting us know that there is, a probability of opportunity, good risk to reward opportunity, and then we execute based off of that. We don't do anything based off of anyone's word anymore. Right? It's 2024. There's enough resources to go out there, get the data, get the knowledge, do the digging that's necessary, and then make an educated decision. So let's see what else we have happening here. In terms of today's markets, looking across the board, at least as of when this all went out, Let's check. Yeah, still slightly green. It looks like a little bit less than it was when this newsletter first came out. But in Asia, Japan up 1.1%, Hong Kong up 2.1%, China up 2.3, India up 0.9, the FTSE in London up 0.2, Paris up 0.2, Frankfurt up 0.1, the Dow up 0.2%, S&P up 0.2%, Nasdaq up 0.4, crude oil up 0.5, gold up 0.1, Bitcoin up 0.1. Today's economic calendar, ISM service index is like the main thing, but honestly, nothing really very important. We know the biggest day is going to be Thursday when we get the, FOMC minutes and we get Powell speaking. That's going to be the biggest day by far. So we'll wrap up here with our rapid fire stock news rundown before we close out. Boeing, ticker BA, rises as strike ends after workers accept latest contract. Popular AI tools lead Palantir to crush estimates. Palantir, a stock that we've been big on with this explosion of AI. So looking nice in terms of the long-term bags with Palantir. NVIDIA, ticker NVDA, moves Supermicro, ticker SMCI, orders to other suppliers. So you got NVIDIA bailing ship on SMCI. Crazy. The rise and fall of SMCI has to be studied. OpenAI in early talks with regulators to become for-profit business. Apple eyes smart glasses market, begins internal study. Hims and Hers, ticker Hims, up 7% on raised guidance and earnings beat. Dollar Tree, ticker DLTR, CEO Rick Drayling resigns over health issues. FERC rejects Talon Amazon nuclear power deal. And then Canada sets rules for oil and gas producers to cut carbon emissions. So that's it on this fine election Tuesday. Everyone, please make sure that you get out there and vote, right? Plenty of people died for you to have the right to do so. I'm proud of what we've been able to do here in markets over the course of the past few weeks. There has been absolute crushing movement, and yet we've managed to sidestep, right? Sidestep all the landmines, step over the booby traps, and also be involved in great earnings plays, right? Being involved in Google who beats and being involved in what is the Reddit, right? It's nice to be able to be involved in a Reddit trade where you slide in and you get 400 to 600% return overnight. That's beautiful, right? So making sure that we know when to hold them and know when to fold them. I'm very, very proud of that. These are very tough times to navigate. End of the year, election time, interest rate decisions, earning season. Like this is the most tumultuous movement, but there's still profitable moves to be made. And I'm happy that we're here making them, right? As well as moving forward and growing as people. Like I said before, the goal is to shed off that trauma, off those limiting beliefs, right? Adopt practices that best serve you. I had an amazing morning this morning, woke up, got some movement in, meditated, journaled, right? Set my goals, updated my weekly goals, updated my monthly goals. Um, all of this, becoming a better trader and working in markets helps you become a better person overall, a happier person, a more fulfilled person. So if you're looking for all of that, as well as looking to stack some fiat currency, make sure to reach out. All right. This community is unlike any other, and I'm so happy that I have it. I'm happy that it continues to grow each and every day. All right. So let's make it a great day. Let's crush it. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for our next pre-market prep session. Have a good one. Peace.